Also in the survey, we asked you to tell us who you think Glory Day is. So I think this is a very interesting list. There were 27 characteristics, and so I'm only reporting to you the top 10. All of this will be available online, so you're going to be able to see all 27 when you go to the website, or if you can't get to the website, ask the church office, they'll print it off for you. But in the interest of time, I only want to give you Dave Letterman's view, the top 10. So these are the top 10 things. So when you think of Glory Day as a culture, us as a people, this is what the survey kind of informed us. We like ideas and beliefs. We are focused on the Bible. We follow leadership. We're obviously Lutheran. We have clear goals. We're very formal in terms of our style. We're economically diverse in terms of our membership. We are active in Synod, and we are active in the ELCA. And then we are open to all. Found that very interesting, especially the last one. And even though it's 10, I mean, it's not neither here nor there. But this is who we are at Glory Day, when you think about it. So when in slow time, be reflective of this and kind of think about if you had to characterize who we are at Glory Day, this is kind of how the survey looked at it. Okay, we've also asked some questions about our pastor. Again, we wanted to inform the ministry site profile, which is going to be used to hire a pastor. So we asked some questions from a list of 31. What do we see as the chief pastoral tasks? And so the top 5 that came out was to preach and lead worship. Absolutely. I mean, that's why we're hiring a pastor, first and foremost. To build our community, guess what? Koinonia, that's where we're at. Interesting that the congregation felt that way too. Care and visitation, spiritual formation and direction, and strategic mission planning. Again, we are a congregation that plans things, that has a vision. And our culture obviously was very influenced by the way Pastor Stowe led us. And so we are still very much that way. If you look at this list, it's rather interesting in that regard. Okay, so that's top 5. I'm going to give you the bottom 5. So what did the survey respondents think? These bottom 5 are not, don't do them. This is like, if you have to triage and prioritize stuff, this is down at the bottom. Don't worry about it. And what was down at the bottom, surprisingly, is what you see there. Childhood development, small groups, community organization, communications and media, and music. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, Ramona.
Alright, so how can you have built sense of communities too, but community organizing?
Yeah, community organizing by definition is different. This is being involved. This is advocacy, social organizing. So in other words, PETA, like PETA, or yeah, those kind of being proactive in the Democratic Party, or that kind of organizing.
And I think the music, the reason it fell out so low is we feel very confident with our music leadership now.
And it could be. Yeah, exactly. So in terms of his task, he doesn't need to focus on it. Absolutely. Yeah.
He would not be the one up there teaching us the music of the new literature.
Right.
Moran.
Okay, so those are the tasks. Well, in order to be able to accomplish those tasks, you have to have some gifts. You have to have some talents. And that was the next set of questions, is what kind of skills do we feel this pastor needs to have in order to perform those tasks? And again, this was from a list of 30. And the top elements, effective communications, preach a good sermon, work as a team, deal with conflict, and help us to develop our spiritual life. It's bedrock. It's bedrock. If it had been anything, if music had been at the top, I would have really... So, anyway, and on the bottom 5...
27 is impossible.
Yeah. This is probably is phrased better. I didn't clean the other slide up, but community action. That's what they were talking about. Advocacy in action. Not that you don't want him to appreciate diversity, but we're not a very diverse congregation, really.
Except we are economic.
Yeah, economic.
Well, actually, a little sidebar. In terms of Lutheran congregations, we are more significantly diverse than many members.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because when you say 95% Caucasian, that's a big bucket. I mean, you could be 85% Swede, and then...
That's more typical, they get the Norwegians and
see the comments. They want to see the comments.
Are you editing them?
You're not going to see all the comments. I edited a lot of them. No, actually, as I mentioned at the outset, the comments were excellent, and I'm glad we had a fill-in block on every single one of those, because we got great input. I think there were it was probably about 20 pages worth of comments, double space. So we got great inputs from that, and really the inputs substantiated a lot of the results. But I wanted to share with you some of them, and what I did was I pulled comments across the spectrum. So you'll see one that's over here on the same topic as one that's over here. And that's how surveys are. We are all individuals, we all have our different frame of reference, and so I've kind of given you a little bit of the spectrum on each of the comments. So let's take a look at some of the comments. In no particular order, worship really talked about the contemporary. People want that. They love it and they want it. Not just what we did with Saturday Night Live, but even further than that. Further than that, and especially the music. So we're going to have to work on that. Okay? But that is a comment, and that was substantiated by quite a number. Sunday school, make it a top priority and eliminate the competing events. Now, I will make comment on that because I'm the reason I am one of your competing events. Okay? So I will propose to you this. I find that you are competing with me, actually. Because if I were to try to do some of my sessions with you during the weekday, I would be in competition with the rest of your life. Okay, and I wouldn't be able to do my job and convey the information. So I know I'm a competing event with Sunday school, but I feel I get the most ability to interface with you if you're a captive audience already on Sunday. So I beg your indulgence with that. Poor choice of words, but I beg you. Yeah, right. Please forgive me for that, but there's a reason for it, because on the other side of the spectrum is people say they want to be communicated with. I want to hear what's going on. Well, we've communicated via the web, via the weeklies, via the monthlies, via the letters. Apparently that hasn't worked. So what I did was I said, okay, I will get out there and do the town hall meetings with them. And that's what I did. I started the President's Forum to get the word out, to engage you, because apparently no one's reading that stuff. Well, I'm extrapolating, but communications is good. So anyway, I'll get off my soapbox, but I'm up here, so I get a little bit of time on the box. But I am one of your competing events. I think there's some benefit to that. We will try the best we can to control the disruption that causes. Okay, youth, as I said, the post-high school youths that came up a number of different times, and some focus on youth in terms of a youth minister. Now when Pastor Bug was here, absolutely fantastic, and he was able to put the energy into that and develop a great spirit with the youth and with the young adults. But again, resources. When you're resource constrained, you've got to go back to what the priorities are. And if you look at what the priorities are, it's worship, it's spiritual care, it's salah, and youth is kind of down towards the bottom. So that's kind of the reality where we're at. But certainly, survey reflected that the congregation feels we need to focus on that. I'm with you on that. I try to bring as many people into, especially the leadership roles, council and other activities, as many of the young people as I can. So if you look at all these groups that I've formed along the way, look at how many young people I've tried to bring in, because they really need to be taught early on. And then leadership, specifically involvement from the congregation, needs to grow as a comment and add more lay people until we can afford free passes. That's reality. And you're going to hear me talk about this a little bit later, meaning that in order for us to continue on in the transition without burning out another pastor, we've got to continue to step up in some of those lay leadership